This is the Reef 600. Got the first real sort of livestock in there, additional to clean-up crew. So it's a couple of the obligatory clowns. Obviously one a fair bit bigger than the other. They went in yesterday evening, so they've been in just under a day. Both seem quite happy enough. I have turned that power head off at the back, so I've only got the other side, the far left one running, and obviously the return pumps running, but it's turned down because I don't know whether you can see it, but one of them is pretty small still. So he was struggling a bit when I first put them in, so I just knocked the flow down just to make his life a little bit easier in the short term. There's a fire shrimp as well. I don't know whether you can really sort of see it there. It sort of hangs out with the back here quite a bit, which apparently is quite normal. He did come out when I fed the clowns earlier, but he sort of hangs out there upside down, or he's got another cave around the other side of the rock that he seems to chill out in quite a bit. The leather coral has just finished molting, so you can see it sort of waving around there, and it's grown quite a bit over the sort of week and a half, 2 weeks it's been in. That's the best it's looked by a long margin, and it has grown. I'm quite surprised, bearing in mind it's the first time I've really sort of kept corals and marine. It's grown quite a bit. The malt's come off pretty well once I angled this power head out a little bit, and you can see I don't know whether it is moving slightly in the flow, but it doesn't seem to bother it. It's okay there. I have had to putty it onto the rock because the bit of live rock it's on was moving around quite a bit. So with the recent warm weather, I've just put a small fan on top that's just clipped onto the light arm. It's about an inch away from the top of the water level, and that seems to sort of knock a degree or so off. So I'll keep it around. Don't know whether you can see it. No, it's a bit dark. I'll keep it around 25, 26, just for a bit of stability. I have made a few changes in the sump. Let's just flick the light on. So new refugium light with a new bulb. I was told that this was equivalent to a 70 watt par 30, although it's only a 7 or 9 watt LED. So I thought it would be okay for Cheeto, but the Cheeto that was in there is obviously now gone, as you can see. And it pretty much started going white within a couple of weeks, and it started smelling pretty rank as well. So I've ditched it, and I've been told that I need a stronger light. So the other changes in here, I've taken the sock off the end of the pipe, and I've built a homemade sort of filter basket that's just got floss in at the moment. I can put whatever I want in there, obviously. Skimmer is running well, although it is a complete pain in the neck. This adjuster here has got it's got like a low range, and then it's got like a lock there that if you go past the lock, it goes into almost like a high range, but the sweet spot for the bubbles is right on the lock. So it's been a bit of a pain. I am sort of fiddling with it, which probably isn't helping much, but I don't. It's just becoming a pain in the neck. I'm probably going to ditch it, and I'll get a better one in due course. But it'll be okay till I get back off holiday. So I've also took these skimmers. If you've got one, you'll be aware, but they come with a thick sort of, it's like a sock that goes over the end of the outlet, and it stops the micro bubbles. I've took it off and just put a small piece of foam in the divider just to stop the bubbles, and that's working well. it's slowed the flow slightly over the small refugium as well. And there's just a small bag of carbon on the intake of the return pump that I've turned down slightly with the small fish in. And obviously the UV running 24/7, it's fine, no problems. Yeah, so it's all going reasonably well. Still got a little bit of hair algae hanging around. It's pretty much gone now, but the crabs are getting through it. There's 4 red legs in there now. Clean up crew is the 4 red legs. This conch, which I can't rave about enough, absolutely by far the best buy. The guy just works constantly, he's awesome. And there's a couple of Nazareth snails that they've probably gone into hiding again after feeding. But I don't know whether this will pick it up, but the glass has got loads of... No, it's probably not going to pick it up, but there's quite a few copepods all over the glass, which is fine. I'm not bothered by it, but I don't know whether... Let's just flip this off. I don't know whether people can give me an opinion on whether it's worth getting a sort of sand sifting blenny or something like that. That you know, I'm reluctant. Although I love the look of a mandarin, I'm not going to get one just for the sake of it. And everyone says it needs to be a more mature tank, which is fine. I'm in no hurry, but you know, I'm happy just to leave them, and fish will munch on them eventually. I'm probably going to go for a purple firefish probably in 3 or 4 weeks time, once these 2 clowns have settled down, and then maybe a couple of more. So there'll be 5 fish, all fairly small, which I think for 160 odd litres for the main display is okay. And then just stock it with a few corals really. So yeah, it's going well. Let's see if I can get... This little guy is venturing out a fair bit more. He spent most of the last night by the return, because that's a bit of a dead spot, but he's venturing out a bit more, which is nice. He's the smaller one of the pair, as you can probably see, and the bigger one that's pretty much where they've spent most of their time to date, just because it is a bit of a flow dead spot, so it's a bit easier for them, I guess, while they get used to it. But hopefully they'll come out a bit more over the next few days, and yeah, see where they end up. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.